Welcome back to Bobblehead Homestead. I should be live. It's been a while. I am Jeff. Today is Thursday. I am in Waldron, Arkansas. My new place is in Boonville. I'll just yap away for a little while as people come in, if anybody's going to come in. Yeah, it's been a while since a video. Man, it has been hot. It's been over 100 degrees on many days. And it's just, I got to do the same amount of work, but it's taken me a lot longer. So, yeah, I just haven't had any videos in me. Last week, Drew and Lindsay were up working on my new property. Drew's Lens has a video out tonight. If you haven't seen it, I shared that in my community tab. But yeah, Drew's Lens putting in the work on my new property. We were both up there yesterday, and it was raining, so there wasn't much chance to film or do anything like that. But so yeah, I was up there yesterday. I plan on going back up there tomorrow. There's all kinds of stuff going on behind the scenes right now. But I just missed Altruistic Farmstead. Jen and Wiley were up there, and Drew went over to visit them at their new property. And so now I can get directions from Drew to find their place. But I just missed them because I had to come back down here. I had an appointment with somebody, other stuff in the works. Some things might happen here at this house before I move or right after I move or something along those lines. Yeah. Are people coming in? Oh, holy cow, 120. Yeah, welcome to an impromptu live on a Thursday night because I haven't put out a video in a while because it's been so hot. And man, when it's so hot, that just drains you. Oh, yeah. I am not paying Drew and Lindsay enough to deal with this heat. Oh my goodness. But yeah, his video was good. And yeah, Into the Mist. Yeah, put the link up. See, I can't. StreamYard is different. It doesn't show links and stuff like that, and it doesn't show my members in here. Welcome. Thanks for coming, members. So I got to pick up my phone and see what's going on. Holy cow. Yeah, a lot of people in here. Thanks for coming, everybody. Different. Mickey, Big Italian, Judy Jules. There's Bobby, Bev Joan. All right, Heather Hopper. All right, thanks everybody for coming in. I can't name everybody. I'd spend the next 20 minutes. And I don't even have it set on live chat. I have it set on top messages. I don't know how any of this works. Thanks everybody for coming in. All right, I'll give it an update. So yeah, Drew's video, that shows what they were doing last week. Carving out some terraces. There's a slope down on the north side of my property, and Drew is stealing some earth to build up my pad for the house, and it's almost done. He needs a little bit more, and so we were out there yesterday figuring out where he's going to steal more dirt from. And so we were thinking about, all right, where's the pond going to go? And yeah, so there's lots of stuff that's going to be coming up. It's just been too hot for me to be productive. Just too hot to be productive. But we got a good rain, yesterday, and it was down. I think it only hit 92 today. But with all that rain, oh man, the humidity, it just gets you. You're out for 5 minutes and you're soaking wet. So yeah, big stuff is coming up. He's almost done with the house pad site, so probably one or two more days, getting that all up, and then the weather. So we can't predict the weather. It would be nice if after he's done, packing it and all that stuff, if it rained and then it stopped raining and it baked for a few days. That'd probably be the best case scenario. We're going to have to play it by ear. My hopes is to get my shed to house moved there by the end of this month. So that is my hopes. Well, once he's done, what I would like to do, nothing set in stone yet. I would like to put down geotextile fabric and then a layer of rock. Basically, what I did where the shed to house is, you know, when I set it up before, what was that, 3-4 years ago now? But yeah, just basically do the same thing that I did before. That worked out all right. The thing about those is you can adjust the level on them, and so you don't need the ground to be perfectly flat. In fact, Drew and I were just talking about how just a slight slope under the house, well, not that far, but a slight slope with that landscape fabric, it helps the water run off. And so if it's perfectly flat, then you're going to have puddles and stuff that stick around. But if you got a slight slope to it, you can you can level the house out with blocks, but still have the water run off. So that's kind of cool. I'm not even watching chat. The Kramer Live, come on, homesteading. Yeah. Hey, David. He's on his phone and can't tag. Yeah, I don't know how any of this works. So that getting the pad done, and I think a couple more days with Drew, he'll tell you, and it depends on the weather. And then I can put down that landscape fabric, which I learned about. Well, I didn't learn about it from him, but the Kramer Life, they just they're in here. The Kramer Life, they just used a bunch of that stuff around their house with rock. You know, they were dealing with water issues. But yeah, so that's the same concept that I will be using for my house pad, and I think they've got a link to their where they got it. You can get it on Amazon. I hate promoting them, but like 100 feet. What did I look at? 13 feet, 12 or 13 feet wide by it's over 100 feet. I think it's like 110 feet. And so I can cut that in half, and then I'll have, 24 feet by 50 feet, and that'll be the house pad site. My shed to house is 12 by 40, but I would like to add 8-foot addition onto it someday. I don't have the resources for any of this stuff yet, but that's a dream, and you might as well do that. So yeah, after the Drew's done, then do the fabric, have the rock delivered. Drew might have to disperse the rock. We might have something up our sleeves on how to get that rock dispersed over the landscape fabric. It's kind of hard to drive on it with the backhoe and keep it intact. The Kramer Life, they did all theirs by hand. Yeah, which can be done. It's not David knows how to do it also. But yeah, and then you get the house there. Once my shed to house is there, then once I get water and electric, then I'll be looking to move. The water, I got to give them a call and set up an appointment for them to they have to run the water across the street and hook up a meter for me on my land, and it'll just be right along the lane, and then we'll have to run it from the lane to the house, and we've got a backhoe to run that. The power, there's a power pole very close, so I'll probably run it from a pole to another pole right next to my house, and then down to the house. Another option, it's only 30-40 feet from the power pole to where the house is going. Probably 50-60 feet. So I could run it if I run it underground, then it's going to be under the driveway and my parking spot. So, and you have to pay for that. They'll run it to a pole next to their pole, and then you've got to run it under the ground and then to your house. But if they run it, they'll run it from their pole to my pole. And if my pole is right next to my house, then, so I think that's what we're going to do. So that, the water and electric shouldn't be a big deal. The septic, I can move before the septic. Don't tell the government that, but I can move before I get the septic in, as long as I got water and electricity going on. So if I get the house moved there by the end of this month, then yeah, by the end of September, I might be spending my first night at Bobblehead Bobblehead Homestead #2 or something like that. All right, there's my spiel. This is cherry limeade drink mix stuff, Sonic brand. There's Drew's lens. Oh yeah, see, and they're out there not in 100 degrees and getting poison ivy. Did you get the poison ivy in my place, Lindsay? I'm sorry for that. Lila Newton, hello. There's Dogman. Does this guy ever shut up and let anyone else talk? Dude, I invited Dogman, like, 10 minutes before I was going to go live. Dude, I'm doing a live show if you want to come over. He can tell you why he said no. 12 Stones Ranch, Sluggo, O'Rourke's Littlefield. Oh, wow. Lots of great people in here. Susie Jacobson, hello. Debbie, Juan Henry. All right. Drew, I emailed you the link if you want to join the live show at any point. I'm just saying. I think I did. There's a lot of car going by, and it's not mine. Yeah, the Dogman was already in his night thong, and that's exactly what he told me. Can I pull this up? Oh yeah, you won't be able to read it. But yeah, see, I texted him and he said, nah, already in my evening thong. Yeah, Dogman don't lie. All right, get this back. Lindsay doesn't want a shot. Do they do shots for poison ivy? I guess they'll do a shot for anything these days. RV Doc, Jeff, you made the right move. Illinois still sucks. Dude, every day, since I moved from Illinois to Arkansas, it's on video. I ain't lying when I can tell everybody about all the wonderful people I have met, and Drew and Lindsay, everybody. My whole life, I could not have dreamed up a better, course for my life since I moved from Illinois to Arkansas, and I've got it on video to prove it. That's the thing is, I ain't lying. I got video to prove it. It's just been, I could not have dreamed this up any better than it's happening. Now, that's not to say there aren't hiccups and speed bumps and stuff along the way, but man, I've just lucked out with the people I've been able to meet and hook up with and become a part of their lives. It's just, yeah, I'm thankful every day. I really am, because I've been in different situations than this, and this is much better than those situations that I've been in before. All right, everybody's giving Lindsay poison ivy advice. I haven't had poison ivy since I was a kid, so don't ask me about that. Stay away from it. Easier said than done when it grows everywhere around here. At least I think that, I don't know, the poison ivy in Illinois was different than the stuff down here, so I don't recognize it as easy. Deanna Marie, when Doug found the lizard in the shed house thing. See, how many great times have I had with great people like that? It's just, it's all wonderful. Oh, Roberta, harvesting grapes. I need to plant some grapes. Me and Lindsay have been having some brainstorming conversations on stuff I want to do. Man, if I can pull off half the things that I want to do at that new property, it's going to be worth watching on YouTube, I hope. Inspiration lately, I've been watching a lot of David the Good. Again, I've been watching him since before I moved to Arkansas. He's an unconventional gardener. The dude is a genius. He knows all of his plants and yeah. And he's not if you he's not your typical, rectangular garden, till it, put your peas and your beans and your carrots and your tomatoes and your peppers and your corn all in their own row. That's not his style at all. And so there's a lot that we can learn, I think. But he's more tropical. So I'm in Arkansas. So yeah, a lot of plants I'm not aware of. But that's kind of what I'm doing between the power lines and the lane, is I want to turn that into, it's called a food forest. So where Drew's digging the hugel culture, the original thought is berries. And, 5 years down the road, maybe I've got a pick your own berry patch and a little bit of income from that. But there's plenty of other space out there for all kinds of stuff. Grape trellises, a rose trellis. Yeah. See, I've gotten so much inspiration visiting, like Roots and Refuge Farm. I was at their place in Arkansas, and they had a rose trellis, the climbing roses, and I'd love to have some of those. And then what you do as far as your veggies go is you just put little patches of them here and there. You don't have to do rows. People can do whatever they want, but like if I want tomatoes, I can have a little group of them here. I can have some peppers over here, and you do that in conjunction with a perennial tree or a perennial food source. So and I ain't got any money to go out and buy all this stuff, but fig trees, what are the fruit trees that'll produce well in Arkansas? Figs, pawpaws. Papa Pepper hooked me up with one of those. It might still be down there, but yeah. So I'm dreaming all this goofy stuff. And then one thing that David the Good does, he just throws down seeds and survival of the fittest. And so he's got watermelons growing up and around and through the paths, and then all kinds of different stuff. So that's what I'm hoping for that area out there is food forest. And I'm ignoring chat again. I'm sorry. Arkansas black apple tree. You'll want one of those. Interesting. We had an apple tree in my yard growing up in Illinois. Make your dreams a reality. They have been, man. I've got the video proof from the past 6 years, but the past couple years have been, everything's been in flux, moving, getting ready to move. Yeah, so things have been in flux for the past couple of years. So I've just been focused on chickens. And now with this new land, I've got my I got to grow my flocks, but the chickens are doing good. If I get my water spigots and hoses positioned in the right place, and my little storage shed, and that'll be easier on me for doing the chickens. And then hopefully I got extra time for, when I first got down to Arkansas, I did a lot of gardening, mostly flowers, but I'd love to do tons of flowers again too. Those are beneficial in so many ways. And David the Good is a big proponent of chop and drop. And that's one thing. Drew and I were even talking about this the other day. Well, analysis paralysis, where do I want this apple tree? Where do I want this peach tree? Where do I want this, this tree? And, his advice is like, well, plant 6 or 7 of them, and they'll tell you which ones. are going to do the best in that area. And then the other extra ones, just chop them down and feed them to the surviving trees. And, that's just, it's not the pretty landscape, city mentality garden, but it's effective. So I'm going to be doing a lot of that, is just throwing stuff and, not trying to overanalyze things on, I got to put this here and this there. Now, the hugel culture, you got to plan those ahead. But other than that, yeah, I'm rambling. Hey, the Rambling Peach. Yeah, Fig. And there's so many the Texas boys. They can teach you all kinds of stuff about figs. Sluggo, have you Dogman ever had a sleepover? No, man, he's half a mile down the road. Well, you can walk that far and make it to your own bed. He'll have to buy an RV to come visit me at the new place, though, because that tiny cabin ain't. I ain't got a guest room in a 12 by 40 cabin. Good night, Lila. That's what Lindsay says. There's Austin. Hey, Austin. Good to see you. Chickens would probably love those fruits. Yeah, they will. That's, yeah. And a lot of what I'm growing is going to be for the chickens. Alaska's Last Frontier. Good to see you. Crabapple trees. Yeah. I'm sure those would do good in Arkansas. Some stuff I know, some fruit trees like cherries. Is it cherries? They need so many frost days or freezing days, so they got to have a northern climate. We don't have as many freezing nights as they do up north. So there's some stuff we can't. And like apple trees are, I've heard they're a problem here because of all the cedar we have. And there's a disease called cedar rust, which goes from cedars to apple. I don't know. That's why I watch David the Good. But that's the thing that David the Good would tell you. Well, who cares what they say, what grows and doesn't grow? Plant it. If it grows, great. If not, feed it to the other plants that are growing. Almost Homestead. Good to see you. Judy Jules has elderberries. That's another one. Man, those grow wild down here. My old place, my original place, just has a huge old patch of elderberries where we bulldozed it at one time. But yeah, that's another thing is, perennial food sources. And once you get them going, it might, like fruit trees, it's going to take a few years. Berries, you'll start getting something the first year, and then the second year they'll be going pretty good. But yeah, that's kind of my mentality on that front area, is turn it into food or beauty. If all of those hugel culture and terraces have berries in them, and I've got a pick your own berry patch, and other people are doing that around here. There are other ones around here. So I don't know how successful or anything, but that's all kinds of free food for the chickens. But then, and I was talking about this with Lindsay, is in the other areas where I don't have berries, is do a mix of wildflowers. So you can pick your own berries and pick your own bouquet of flowers on the same trip. I don't know if anybody, yeah, there are pick your own flower farms out there. I could never get that big. But I might be able to grow enough berries to do that for a little bit right out there by the lane. If not, maybe they don't grow there. I have no idea. That might be the worst place in the world for me to try to grow berries. But I'm going to figure that out and figure out something that'll grow there. Sunflowers. Yeah, I want to grow big old patches of sunflowers. That's a great high protein food for chickens. So that is a great supplemental feed for the chickens. And you can just save the heads and throw them in there. And then They have fun all day picking out the seeds. Oh, Jamie wants to ask me how many birds do I have now. I don't even know. I haven't looked at my spreadsheet in a while because I haven't been hatching anything. I know I've only gotten 23 eggs the past 2 days. So I do know that. I'm probably at 140, 150. And I've got there's a flock almost ready. He was in here earlier. But I've got some youngsters. I can almost tell all the boys from the girls now. So I got 2 flocks ready to go that were pre-ordered for customers. And they'll probably, I don't know when those will go. They'll go before I move or not. But I got a bunch of youngsters and they're starting to get older. I did a whole video. I'll show you that. I'm going to have to take a break here in a minute. But I did a whole video on my chickens. I did a chicken tour and it just well, the audio was bad for half of it and I didn't want to refilm the whole thing. And I didn't, so yeah, my chicken videos don't get as many views as when Drew and Lindsay are out there on the backhoe. So but yeah, I should do another chicken video coming up. I've gotten some gifts. One big gift. Oh yeah, I should spend time. Yeah, David says he's about to have plays for them soon. All right, they're getting ready. No hurries or anything. You still got a couple months probably, but what was I gonna talk about? Oh yeah, gifts. I have a big one. You'll be seeing that in the coming days. But I have a lot of stuff to the PO box that I haven't been showing or mentioning, and I apologize for that. But the cats love all the cat food. Getting a lot of cat food. Got a new pair of boots, the like rubber work boots that I wear around here every day because I'm always spraying water everywhere. I've been buying the cheapies at Tractor Supply or Walmart or wherever, and those things last. Sometimes they'll last a good 6 months. Other times they're breaking in 2 months. So I got a good pair of them. Some of the stuff off my Amazon wish list, some coffee and dishwasher. What I'm sure I'm missing other things, but thank you. Those are all great, and some very generous PayPal and some things to the PO box that is hugely helping me out right now when I'm trying to set up a new homestead and all the stuff that entails. It is not a cheap proposition to just you can't just buy a piece of land and prop down a shed house and have a go at it. There's a lot of expenses in there. So I've gotten some very generous help that's going to go a long way towards, well, the landscape fabric, geotextile fabric, and the gravel for my house pad. Septic, I didn't have anything money wise to finish the septic, but now I might be able to pull that off. So yeah, all of this help. No, and I'm ignoring comments again. Oh, Ann's Tiny Life and Homestead, she's in here. Thanks for coming. You're late. I'm the one who's late. I don't start these till 9 because I don't want to. Other people have their scheduled lives, and nobody really schedules it for 9 that I know of. I hope I'm not stepping on anybody's toes having a live show. Liz Nichols, hello. Susie Jacobson. O'Rourke's Little Field. Keep eyes open for land around Dover, Dardanelle area. All I see is cheap land by chicken houses. Well, yeah. Well, see, now Dover and Dardanelle that's a big, Dover is north of Russellville, and Dardanelle is on the other side of the Arkansas River. So which one? And I know Dover well because just north of Dover is a little town called Hector, Arkansas. And that's where my family's from. That's where I grew up, coming down to Hector, Arkansas. Since I was born. I was born and raised in Illinois. My parents were from Arkansas. My grandparents, my great grandparents on my father's side. But anyway, so yeah, Dover and Dardanelle, those are nice areas. Russellville's a big town. It's got a Lowe's and a Super Walmart and all the fast food places, and it's a college town, Arkansas Tech University. But Dover is a nice little spot just north of. It's in Pope County. Dover is in Pope County, and Pope County they've got different, building codes and zoning regulations because they have a big city in their county. They've got a lot more building codes and zoning stuff in Dover. Dardanelle is in Yell County, so the Dardanelle area is going to be less restricted once you're outside of the city. So you got to figure that in. Deanna Marie, yeah, my sister Priscilla. Well, she was just up here. I just got to visit her. She didn't come by. It was a quick visit, but we got to get her up here. Well, I need to get set up at my new place, and then get that RV pad going, and then we'll get her back up here for a week. But it's just I can't host anybody here, and Russellville is an hour away. But she's doing good down in Florida. I keep bugging her to come up. But not everything perfect. I owe her a call. I owe everybody a phone call. Like tonight, I was outside until 15 minutes before I went live because I plan on going to the new place tomorrow. So I wanted to get everybody's waters situated tonight, and that's just how it goes. I have 3 main flocks, and all 3 of those main flocks have a bunch of youngsters in them. And then I've got 2 more groups of youngsters, and they're getting ready to graduate also. And then I have I reduced my fraternity boys flock. There's 6. I've just got 6 boys in the fraternity boys flock now. And then there's probably 30 in each of the flocks, and then 30 in the youngsters. So probably around 150 chickens I got right now. But I am, they're doing good. The heat that's the thing is, they need fresh water, cool water in the afternoons. Overnight the temperatures get down into the 70s, but by like 9 a.m., if the sun is hitting their water, and I've taken thermometers out there, but once their water starts hitting 80, 90, 95 degrees, and so what I do when it's so hot in the afternoons is I got to take them fresh water, and keep my eye on them. But yeah, I'm always even in the heat I got to be outside, and that's what wears me out. And then I'm just what it is. Bill from Alaska's Last Frontier, second week of October. All right. I'll remember that maybe. I have no idea what my life holds in the upcoming couple months. My birthday is September the 14th, but I'm in no position to plan anything. I have no idea what's going to be going on. Maybe that'll be my move date. Maybe the weekend after that. I doubt it, though. The Rambling Peach has 7 chicks from the Mid-America meetup. Cool. What did I take there? I took Morans and some back crosses. Olive Egger, which I think we're 50-50 chance of. Anyway, yeah. I hope they're all girls, and I hope they all lay very unique dark eggs. Judy Jewel, she does the waiting pans with ice. Yeah, they're all panting right now. Do you get muddy eggs from having them walking around in water? That's the problem I had, was muddy eggs, because then they get their feet wet, and then they go walk back into the nest box and jump in there with muddy feet and lay an egg, and then you got muddy eggs. 50-50 blue-green, the Rambling Peach. Oh, I did take some Wine True Blues. Yeah, I should go grab I'm going to go grab my eggs. Wait, I already had this set up so that I could take a break, and you guys wouldn't have to share screen. Here we go. Window. Oh, no, I got to go over here. And, all right, I'm going to go grab my eggs. I haven't shown off any eggs, or I haven't done anything for a while. Oh, is it going to come up? Hey, C. Clifton. Jimmy Webb. I don't know. I'll show you that later. Are you going to play or not? Here we go. This is from the video that I never made because the audio messed up. I'll be back in a second. Oh, no. All right. I'll be back in another second. Oh. All right. I got to do something else, too. Don't sit on the eggs, Jeff. Oh, I need a table or something up here. All right. Yeah, that was, I don't know what footage that was. It was a long file, so I just left it. Yeah, that's my whiting true blue flock. Anyway, that's what I should do, is just pull up the, anyway. Stop, remove. There we go. Now I'm back. Uh-oh. Drew's Lens wants to talk to Treehaven about a new computer. He's second guessing my advice. Thanks, Drew. Oh, this video is not. Oh, it's a purple egg with purple speckles, and it's not going to show up on a live show. But this Man, if I could clone, you know, chickens that laid eggs like these, but they're anomalies. When you get into the greens and the dark browns, they are not going to lay the same shade. Every single egg is not going to be consistent. It's just a weird thing. And here's a nice dark brown one. These are from my blue black splash copper marans, and they're actually laying it a little bit. This is a big egg too. This one has some speckles on it. You can't see. This is a lighter one. It's got speckles up top. And this is probably the darkest egg I've got in the past couple days. And this is from a blue black splash. So I'm really loving this flock. I got them originally from Deer Run Farm in Maryland. My blue black splash. And they make nice olive greens too. Is that the darkest green I got the past couple days? Probably. And then this is really nice spearmint green. And put them there. Where's a good blue one? This is almost a good blue one. The thing about egg colors also, that's a blue, a spearmint, and an olive. But the thing about eggs is in the spring, like the brown eggs, that's when they're going to be the darkest. And then over the season, so you start getting towards fall, this egg will be a little bit lighter. So they, you know, it's like they're running out of ink in their ink cartridge. So the same thing happens with the green. Like she's laying this shade now, but you know, in September she might be laying a lighter shade like that. So not every egg is going to be a consistent color. And you guys probably don't care. Hey, Karen Spear. Bird nest. Barney laid it. Here's one from the only egg I've got in the past 2 days from my black copper marans. The marans they are not productive egg layers at all. In fact, they are one of the lowest egg producing breeds. They will take the heat of the summer off. So yeah, you're not going to get 300 eggs out of them a year like you might out of a leghorn. It'll be more like 200. And then they go broody, so they don't lay when they're broody. I got 3 broody hens right now. I got 4. I got one of my white and true blues. Oh, is somebody popping on? Yeah, we got to add them. All right. I've got a guest. I've got a surprise guest. Are you ready? Are you ready? Oh, is somebody popping on?
The TV's on. Okay, she got it taken over. We were gonna be echoing, but.
Are you ready?
Oh.
There we go.
Oh.
The TV's on. Good. Okay. Sorry, dudes. Can y'all hear me?
You were echoing there for a second.
Yeah.
My phone's turned like way down.
You got to do the chat on the phone or something. StreamYard is weird.
Yeah, no, it was playing through the TV.
Oh.
Yeah. But hi.
Hi.
Hey, everybody.
Has everybody seen your video from tonight yet? How's it doing?
Yeah, dude, it's like it's doing really good. So I'm sure everybody's seen it already. And thank you guys for seeing it. It's the top video out of the last 10. It's doing the best right now, but it's pretty much tied with another one. But yeah, good support. I got great people all around me. I'm blessed.
Yeah.
Can you go turn that down some?
Rivers?
Yeah.
You might be in a similar boat as me. How, since you moved to Arkansas, could you have dreamed up a better, place where you are now than when you moved here?
I've been wanting a K5 Blazer for a long time, and I don't have one yet. No, for real. No, absolutely. When I moved here, I was like, I thought that right now I would just be out of the getting by stage. You know what I mean? Like I expected like I was gonna be roughing it, like really roughing it for 2 to 5 years. My loan was for 7 years, and I was fortunate to be able to pay it off in like 3.5 years, and just that really put me ahead of a lot of stuff. And yeah, no, I could never imagine that I'd be where I'm at now, and
the people
my channel too.
And the stuff you've been able to do.
Yeah. Yeah, a lot of crazy stuff, man. But yeah, my channel too. My channel's bigger than what I never really had aspirations. I didn't want to like be, have like, oh, I want to have I guess people say that a lot, but I wanted to have fun and make some money, but I never really set a subscriber goal, you know what I mean, I guess. So, I remember it being at like 8,000 like a little while back, and now it's just like blown past 10,000. It's like now is the part where I'm starting to think like 25 sounds pretty good. You know what I mean? Like start setting some goals for myself, and so yeah, yeah, it's crazy. I'm blessed. I'm blessed for sure, but I took a big leap to come here. I know you did too. To leave Illinois and to come here, it's like you don't know anybody. You're just literally swinging for the fences, and everybody's telling you you're an idiot, and it's not gonna work, and you'll be back, and all that. And it's like, I'm pretty hard headed, but you start to question yourself, like, actually, this is a long story. I don't want to get into it, but I was driving when I first got here. I didn't have a job right away, and I was driving around a lot because I wanted to see everything. It was just beautiful. It's so much different than back home and all that. And yeah, I got up on top of a mountain and I got water in my gas tank, and my truck just wouldn't run. It was just kept dying, and I knew what happened. I kind of put it together pretty quickly what had happened, and I pulled my carburetor apart and cleaned it, and then it started right up. So I was like, aha, we're good. Well, then my whole fill tank was full of water. So I ended up having to hike home, which was like 7 miles. I'm on top of this mountain. The woods are thick. It was a disaster, man, honestly. And I started to question myself. What am I doing, dude? I'm out here by my damn self,
I'm glad you stuck it out.
Yeah. But yeah, looking back at all that, it's like, yeah, I told Lindsay too. Sorry, I didn't mean to just ramble, but you kind of got me stirred up there. But I told Lindsay like the other day we were just driving home, and I'm like, I never actually like had a goal to have a bunch of classic cars. Like it just kind of like happened. I had an old car and an old truck, and I liked that. You know what I mean? And then all of a sudden, it was just like I just fell in love with old cars to like a whole new level, and just wanted every single one. And
we have a collection.
Yeah, I drive by and I'm like, that's a lonely truck out there in that field.
He said it's out there all by itself, and it needs a friend.
Yeah, but yeah, very cool, man. I love Arkansas, and I plan on never leaving.
Yeah. Once upon a time, I was shopping for a vehicle, and I'm like, there's this vehicle up by Van Buren. Drew, would you come with me and take a look at it? And so he's going through, and he's like, you should buy this one instead. that one became Boss Hog.
Boss Hog, the monster.
He has a way of doing that. My brother didn't have any trucks like 6 months ago, and then he bought one, and now he has
four at least. Yeah, and he's bought a car hauling trailer, so he can go get more. Yeah, it's a sickness. They're really fun. Sorry guys, I haven't replied to anybody's comments because I couldn't see them, but I just pulled it up on my laptop when Jeff took back over, and I see that Sheila asked me, where are you from? I'm originally from East Texas, but I spent most of my life in North Texas around Fort Worth area. And yeah, until I was 28, and then I was like, I actually had a good paying job from about the time I was 18 till I was 25. But I say good paying for me at 18, I was making around 45 to 60,000 a year, and so that was a lot of money for me. And I partied it all away. I had, I always rented places, so I paid like $1,000 a month rent at these houses and stuff like that. And anyway, blew all my money, and then I got fired from that job actually when I was about 27 or something. And I realized how much money I had made over the last 8.5 years and realized I had nothing. So I was like, you know what? Right now, I'm going to change this. I'm going to go buy some land. And I originally wanted to buy land in Texas, but it's around 30, 50,000 an acre sometimes, raw land like what we get out here is like around 10 or 12,000 per acre. And that was just a really too far, too financially high for me. I couldn't really afford that. And so yeah, I looked for cheaper land. I thought about a lot of things, weather and all that. I decided on either Colorado or Arkansas, but I really don't do good in the cold. So, and I didn't want my cars to get salt all over them. So I chose to come here. Yeah, but I love it here. Drew, my state changed license plates this year. Do you want my old ones? Heck yeah, I would love those. I collect anything that's old, but so Lindsay's been on this kick watching hoarders. Let me just announce this right here. Y'all ever show up at my house? You are not welcome. They are not welcome.
You're not getting my junk.
Nothing leaving. All right. Not 5%, not 10%. Do not do that to me.
I would never.
Yeah.
All right, so progress on my new place. You guys, I didn't even go up last week, but your latest video covered kind of that. How's it been so far? Are you learning stuff? Is it a pain in the butt?
Yeah. All right. Well, I have to clear my name first because I intended to do this as soon as I got on here, but then there was the whole TV fiasco and all that. But I trust your judgment on the computer. Tree Haven said he just got a new setup. Like he just bought a new setup too. So I'm going to just ask him how much. Like I want to know that he feels way better with his purchase because, dude, I don't spend $1,000 on a lot of things, and I'm about to have to spend $1,000 on
not
a computer.
car.
Yeah, that's not a car. But I would rather buy a car. You know what I mean? But so yeah, I just want to I just want someone to say, dude, it's worth it. Spend the money. My life is so much easier because I'm gonna tell you guys, it was the last video. The last video was so frustrating to me to make, and it actually was gonna be like a 20-minute video, and I cut out so much stuff because it had been like 2 weeks since I posted a video, and my laptop kept crashing, and it's super slow. There was a lot of time-lapse videos in that and all that. So, anyway, I'm buying a new laptop. I'm gonna bite the bullet. I mean, a new desktop. I'm biting the bullet and just doing it, and I hope that it makes my life better. But anyways, so about the working at your place thing. Yeah, I've learned a lot. I learned that you can get really ambitious and think you're gonna get a lot done, and then takes a really long time to do something that you're like, oh, I'll knock that out in an hour, and 4.5 hours later, you're still just like working at the same thing. And
easier said than done.
Yeah. And also another thing is, come on, just bought a new laptop too. Come on, just bought a new laptop, and then we kind of used his parameters, like what his laptop was capable of, and found a desktop model. But anyway, yeah, one thing that I learned is that it would have been a lot easier to just bring in a load of dirt. So Jeff's got this giant hill on his property, and there's, dirt, as much dirt as you could possibly ever want. But the problem is I can only take it one scoop at a time. So in hindsight, we could have saved a ton of time and got a lot more other work done if we would have just paid a couple $100 and got a load of dirt. So that was a huge lesson learned. And honestly, I learned it about halfway through, but then I was already invested. So I just said, you know what, let's do it. Cause, yeah. So that was a good lesson learned. And then
still turned into a positive because the idea we had was, instead of buying fill dirt up front, well, you got all that fill dirt. Now, when I buy a truckload of dirt, I can get soil. to put on the hugelkultur rounds that'll be more nutritious for plants.
Yeah.
So, we learned that lesson, but we can also use that to our advantage.
Yeah. Yeah. So instilling
great teaming up with you guys. Just, it's always great having somebody else to run the ideas off of and you getting the experience.
Yep. Yeah. Also, in case somebody didn't watch my videos yet or whatever, so what we did was the giant hill that falls away at the north side of the property, which is the northwest side of the property, and Jeff always says the northeast side, but
it's northwest.
Northwest. But anyway, the hill there, it's pretty steep, and the water would just flow away and just wash. And you could already tell where it had before, but then the dozer, when he came through, he cleaned it up a lot, but it's going to happen again. So, which Jeff is going to seed it, but it's still just going to be a lot of wasted water that just rolls down the hill into a ditch. So what we did was, when we stole the dirt, I called Jeff. I was like, dude, or I texted him, I think. I was like, can I do terraces in the yard? He's like, yeah, do whatever you need to do. I was like, all right, thank you. And he comes back. I made basically 5 shelves down that hill. So I just made it stepped, and about 2.5 foot, or about 1.5 foot to 2 foot drops. So there's a flat, and then it steps up 2 foot, steps up 2 foot, and that should slow the water down, and also keep the water there for a little while longer, And so once he seeds that area, it was, we didn't go through all the work of building a wood structure and backfilling it and making it proper, or rock. We could, you could do a lot of that work, but it would take forever. But so it's probably going to wash out right in here and fall down in this area. But for the most part, he can plant on those terraces, and then the water will stay in those levels, and it's actually plantable area now besides just grass.
And we're digging the hugelkultur trenches, and we're going to fill that with wood. So we'll be directing some of that water flow, once we discover it, into those trenches, and they'll hold the water, and the wood will soak up the water, and then so that'll help, capture that water instead of it just draining out. It'll help capture the water and help erosion also. But over time, it's not going to be perfect. We're not putting up cement wall terraces or anything like that.
Yeah.
But I thought, this is a great way to use that area. And when you told me you were making terraces, I thought you were doing it in front of the house. I didn't catch where he was telling me to do it. Then I got over there. I'm like, oh yeah, that's even smarter.
Yeah, so once I made the steps and got them pretty defined, then, like Jeff said, we just went and dug a big giant, and I don't know how long they are. Some of them are probably 40 foot, some of them are probably 60 foot. But we just ran a ditch. So as soon as the water comes off the hill, it's going to go straight onto where there's, a lot of wood in the ground, and that, like you said, is going to hold the moisture. And it might not be a problem whenever it's raining all the time, but whenever our summers come around, we sometimes have 60, 80 days with no rain. Easily, we could have 40 days with no rain. So if you could have a way to store some of that moisture in the ground, we'll see. It might not work, but either way, we needed the dirt. So that was the main reason was we needed dirt, and the byproduct was, well, now we're going to establish the land, and it's going to make some benefit. If it's not perfect, well, it's still, something.
I thought the same thing, dog man.
Both other guys pissed.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
He'll come back in a couple years. He'll understand it.
Yeah.
And the other thing is, we also needed to take out a bunch of trees. And so I've got stacks of wood there. We've got trees down. And so it's either, what do you do with those? You burn them? Well, that's all right. But you can also reuse them, and they'll soak up water for the next 5 years underground and feed the garden. So that's, And we've got more trees that'll be coming down. We got some good stuff coming up there. The house isn't even there yet. So we've got a lot of good stuff coming up there.
Yeah. And one more thing about the terraces. they actually step down away from the sun, which is not exactly how you would normally design it. But if he grows stuff that needs more shade, he can grow at the lower steps. You know, instead of doing it the opposite way where everything's getting a bunch of sunlight, which would be ideal, but we're just working with what we have. At least now he can put his shadier stuff down at the bottom, and then it won't get as much sunlight. Even during the summertime, it'll shade itself with the upper shelves. I think, you know, in theory anyway.
Yeah, it depends on how tall the plants are, but yeah, if I'm doing berries, then that will, you know, some berries will. I'll figure that out. And if it doesn't work, I'll plant something else and see if that works there. But having all that wood in the ground, it does help for like we just went 100 degrees with no rain for 10 days, and nothing's going to survive that. So this at least gives it a chance, and I'm not having to water it and do upkeep all the time on it.
Yeah. I saw Brian the Vineyard Farmhouse is in here. Hey, buddy.
Hey.
Sorry I've been missing your show, man. I've been staying at Jeff's on Wednesday nights, and like there's not good enough service. There's good enough service to watch a video, but sometimes it'll stop and render, but there's not enough service to live stream, like to watch on live stream. So yeah, sorry I haven't been there, man, but whenever I'm not there, I will be watching. But anyway, good to see you.
Yeah. Yeah, the cell signal at my new place is not existent. You got to go out to the lane and up the hill.
Yeah. Yeah, but I mean, honestly, it's better on your house pad than it is down there on that hill. So, like, you're in the best possible spot you can be to get some service. So I think at least you could get a call in and out from your house, I think, because it works pretty good there.
Once I've got internet, I can do Wi-Fi calls inside the house.
Yeah.
So. And I don't like talking to people on the phone anyway.
Dogman said, I'm ready for a nursing home with 3 squares. Screw all this homesteading stuff. Plenty of single chicks in them places. Oh, Dogman, you're giving me some fuel.
I know some good places in Russellville for that.
I think Sluggo's in New York, somebody asked.
There's Paul Honeyman.
What's up, Paul?
Oh, good to see you.
I got an alley on my hand, and I can't figure out if it's just a cut or if it's a splinter.
At least it's not poison ivy.
Yeah, Lindsay's got poison ivy pretty bad. I told her, quit scratching it. Quit scratching it. I'm like, nope.
It's hard.
And I tell her every single time. She's like, hey, I'm going to come out there with you. Bring some breeches. And then guess what? She shows up in shorts. Okay.
It's too hot. My pants are too tight.
Yeah. Well, it's either itch for the next 2 months or be hot for a couple days.
I don't know. I don't know which one. In the moment, I picked the shorts.
Yeah, we went over to Jen and Wiley's new place. We stayed. Okay, what did we do? We stayed the night. Well, we went out there Wednesday. We went out there Wednesday, stayed the night last night. We went out to your place Wednesday morning. And then Jen and Wiley called us, said they were coming to Arkansas. So we branched off from your place because it was all muddy and I didn't want to tear up anything.
Yeah.
We've already got it way too established to be cutting ruts now. But so I said, yeah, Jen and Wiley. And so we went over to their new place and hung out with them for a while and camped with them last night.
I get directions from you to their place, so that's good. They'll be
yeah. I'll tell you how to get over there. But yeah, whenever we got over to their place, there's this one area that's been cleared, like the previous owners cleared this like one area, and I looked out and there's just a sea of poison ivy. I mean, like the whole entire area was just poison ivy.
I don't know what you do about that. Pigs?
My door's open if Drew ventures up that way. My wife and I will feed his skinny ass. Hey, I used to be skinny till I got with Lindsay. She's fattening me up on purpose. I know what she's doing too.
He tells me he's going to starve to death
Well,
And
yeah. Then I get home from work and she's like, it's like 10:40. I'm about to go to sleep. She's like, want some pasta? I'm like, uh-huh. I know what you're doing.
I'm gonna have some pasta after this.
I just ate some. It was good.
Yeah.
Benadryl would help, but it's gonna knock her out too.
So
it's
it'd be a
just,
good time to take it.
yeah, at night, but she can't just take it all day,
Remember when in Utah and I got like broke out in
Oh,
that
yeah.
bad rash? It was so bad and it itched so bad. And I took a bunch of Benadryl and I was just trying to stay awake so I could see everything, but it was so hard.
Yeah, I was showering at like Planet Fitness. Was it Planet
Yeah.
Fitness?
Yeah.
Planet Fitness. That's where I was showering, like when I was cross country. And Alaska's Last Frontier. Just remembered, fat people are harder to kidnap. Anyway, yeah, we went to this Planet Fitness, which I'm pretty sure it was in Colorado. No, it was in Vegas.
Yeah.
Anyway, she used the soap, and the soap like gave her a really bad rash. So the first couple days that we were together, she was all broke out, and we were in Vegas, so we were
It
like,
was hot.
yeah. Birdnest said, "I remember Drew pulling his own tooth." Yeah, Chrissy from
Yeah,
Chrissy
Paragon.
from Paragon Ridge Ranch. She pulled one of my teeth also. Yeah, I got some bad teeth.
Thanks, dog man. Did you hear this comment?
No. Good looking women here are rare.
Dog man wants assisted living, not nursing home.
Yeah.
They won't let you keep all those dogs though.
Yeah. Yeah, they'll build him a doghouse outside of his room. He'll have like little carpet that rolls into his room for the dogs to come in.
Ice cream, salt, and water will kill poison ivy.
Just needs to dry it out, basically.
That would.
Yeah. But your place is coming along, dude. We got the house pad pretty built up, and then well, I don't know if we should spoil
house pad, another day or two, stealing dirt.
Yeah, as long as it doesn't rain tomorrow, then
the weather.
Yeah, because we're going in the morning. We'll probably be at your place by 9 in the morning, and but then it said around 11 or 12, it said flash flood warning for 11 to 12. So it might just like come a flood for an hour, and if it does that, then it'll be over.
See, my forecast doesn't say anything remotely close to rain. Maybe Waldron's that much different than.
Yeah, you'll have to check up there. It said 53%. It said 43 to 53% for like 3 hours in the morning.
Well, that last rain. What did we learn from that last rain? That's what we were. Well, I was up there yesterday. We were up there yesterday, and while it was raining a little bit, so we learned a few things.
Yeah, that one hugelkultur mound is like basically right in the way there, at the ditch part. But we might work on doing that, and then yeah, but all the drainage and everything's flowing good like it's supposed to.
Oh yeah, the culverts were perfect, but we know the spot around where the house is going to go that we'll probably need at the end of the driveway before the house. We'll probably need a French drain or something like there. I'm going to hire Dog Man to come do that for me. I know he loves digging those trenches. Then we were talking about how are we going to steer the water, on that second culvert on the driveway. What are we going to do about that? Are we going to go around the hugelkultur? If we connected to it, then So that was, but we're learning stuff when it's raining. We're at least smart enough to observe instead of just out there getting that.
Yep, and we got quite a bit of rain because it rained for like 3 days in a row, and it didn't rain all day, but it rained quite a bit each day. So there was quite a bit of water that moved through there, and honestly, the house pad part that we had built up did great. Shedded the water great. Wasn't too
Yep.
bad. But then at that low spot at the beginning, yeah, there's some holes there, and then we trampled all through them. So, but yeah, we need to bring in some more dirt. That's the biggest deal is more dirt, more dirt, more dirt. It's been a lot of that. Hey, working with Wiley.
Hey.
Hey, Wiley. Yeah, sorry I missed. They were up, and I had to come down here to meet somebody about my house, but so I missed them yesterday. But you guys, I watched the replay of the live show. So they're all.
I've been seeing them a lot. I've been seeing them a lot because I just went to their place like last weekend, and then they came out here this weekend.
Yeah.
And I felt like we just seen them right. Oh yeah, it was 4th of July. We just seen them right before that. Love those
Get
guys.
ready, Jen and Wiley. Everybody, me and Drew, since we moved to Arkansas, our lives have just been up and up and up. So get ready. You're gonna be joining us.
Good things are coming for you guys.
Yep.
Yeah, I went and got a truck from Wiley, and I went and got a truck from O'Rourke's Littlefield. I need to get those into a video. It's just really hard to transition from dirt work to driving down the highway to go get a Chevy. But next weekend I'm going back out to Jen and Wiley's to go get a car. So maybe I'll just put all 3 of those into one video, and then I'm really honestly I'm done buying cars for a little while because I am pretty full up.
Hey man,
He
never
told
say
me-
never. You don't know what's gonna pop up. You know.
He
That's the
told me yesterday
Dream
that-
Blazer for $800.
Yeah, right.
Jumping on
he
that.
told me from now on he's gonna only buy nice cars.
Start buying nicer cars.
Yeah. And so we had already discussed it, and there's a Volkswagen that I'm wanting. So I realized that I'm gonna get a nice one.
What is it?
Yeah, dog.
Volkswagen though. Is it new?
Do what?
No.
No, like a squareback.
So we're basically talking about from
Yeah. Okay.
whenever I buy cars, I just get the cheap deal. Like if somebody offered me a truck for $500, I'm buying it. That's the problem. Then I got a bunch of those. But instead, it's like it's the same amount of work to fix. Well, anyway, if I would just buy a little nicer trucks, I would spend the equal amount of money and have a lot less work to get going. But anyway, I just
Well, you're not getting another truck because you got to find a squareback first.
yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, we'll see.
A nice one.
A
You
nice
know.
Yeah. Well, okay. We'll talk about it later. Somebody did come into work that's been trying to buy a motor from me for like a year and a half, and it just hasn't really worked out. But he's like, I said, "Hey man, are you ready for that? You ready for that motor?" I said, "I got it in the yard ready for you." And he's like, "Oh man, I'm just kind of hold up on it or whatever." He said, "I might sell the car." I'm like, "Oh, what is it?" 76 Camaro. So it's basically like the same as my Camaro, just white. So might be buying that.
Yours is 77.
Yeah, mine's 77. Let's see. Dogman, yeah, I'll be looking for El Camino. I can usually find them in the late 70s, 80s stuff, but Wiley said, "Oh yeah. Oh, Drew, you can't stop." Yeah, I know, dude. It's a problem. It's a problem.
Need more land. I'm just saying.
Look for a split back window Vita.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, if I
You can
so the
park
earlier
back of my property. You blaze a trail to the back of my property. You can park them back there.
nice.
Hey.
Nice. I got a couple more acres to park cars on now.
That's enabling, Jeff.
Yeah, he's got to clear land to get back there first. So that
yeah.
it's a win-win.
Yeah, somebody said something about Marketplace. I don't have Facebook, so which is sometimes it's frustrating because when I actually do need something, I'm like Lindsay, go on your Facebook and look this up. But
But
it's
if you did have it, you would
oh,
be
it'd be bad.
buying way
It'd be
more
bad.
stuff.
I'd already be on that hoarder show for sure. um, yeah.
Yeah, I'd
Lindsay,
say
did he just say he wasn't buying anymore?
Uh-huh.
I
I
have
like
I've
buying
32.
seen this movie before.
wagons, and I'll send a picture to Drew, and I'm like, if only this got 25 miles per gallon had
Yeah.
Probably so. Yep.
So, I gotta see how many people are here. 310 people still up at 10:30 on a Thursday night. Crazy. Um. Anyways, I can't see it. Oh yeah.
What
Oh
is it?
yeah.
Oh,
I think it's like a Nova wagon. He sent it to me like a week or two ago. I forgot. Yep. That'd be a good one.
I got a thing for old station wagons.
Yep.
Suburban is close enough for me though. Yeah, we still got 311 in here.
Bill, whenever I try to go on Marketplace, sometimes it'll let me search something, but if I try to click on the name or try to any of that, it tries to make me log in. But sometimes it will let me browse for a little while, but usually it won't. It'll just say log in, log in, log in. It's 4:20 in the morning where Paul Honeyman's at. It's crazy. Yeah, I'll have a Nova one day. I'll have a Nova. I want a 72 Nova, and I just want a windshield in it, and that's and front seats, and that's all I really care about. I'm just gonna put a really fast motor in it and just thrash thrash it, put it in a ditch, just hook onto it and pull it out of the ditch and put thrash on it some more. I just want a car I can beat up, or something like that. That'd be fun, I think. Just be prepared. If you get in the Nova, big things are coming for you. Get a 10 to 3 10 Yeah, while I can, if you don't mind, I would like to plug Lindsay's Instagram. I was gonna tell you guys that we have been building a Beetle. We just started on the Beetle. It's a 72 that we bought. I bought it on my channel. Yep, just going to get coffee. I bought it on my channel. It's probably like almost 2 years ago. The video is called like "Smoke in the Air, Bugs on the Road" or something like that. I think is what the video is called. "Smoke in the Air, Bugs on the Road." I think that's what it's called. But anyway, this guy paid me to come work on his Beetle and try to get it running, and I did get it running, but not really well. And he was just over the whole situation. He bought the car, drove it like 7 miles, and it broke down. And he towed it home and never drove it. So I got it running good enough. He drove it out of the shop and back in his shop, but then he was just like, "Man," he's like, "You want to buy it?" And then Lindsay bought it, and we just kind of had it sitting in the yard for about a year and a half now. But we just started on it probably like 3 weeks ago, and we're building it for her daughter, which the daughter is doing most of the work. But anyway, I really needed to just be hands on with this and not be trying to film and doing all that. So Lindsay is filming it and putting it on her Instagram, but we're not putting it on YouTube. So maybe I'll do an update every once in a while and just show it in my videos of what we got done. But Lindsay's been filming the whole process on her Instagram. So tell them what your
3
Instagram.
videos so far.
Yeah.
It's Lindsay Bell. LYNZIEBELLE.
Yeah, maybe someone can find the Instagram and link it. But I typed it out right there if you guys want to follow it. I know a lot of people don't have Instagram, but if you do, then dang. Wiley said, "Just found out my new neighbor has 800 horse 68 Nova."
Oh.
I just found out that you found out who your neighbor is. Oh man, be prepared, buddy. Be prepared. Anyway, yeah. So we started building the Beetle. We're doing full frame off restoration. We're doing everything to it. So we pulled all the seats out and everything, pulled the whole body off, and we've tore down the whole front suspension, and we've cleaned most of the front suspension up. Well, a lot of it anyway. We painted on it for the first time tonight. We got a lot of the front end parts painted, like what would be a control arm, but they're kind of weird on a Volkswagen. But what would be a control arm, we painted it. We grab one of those, or grab two of those for me. Um, yeah. Something like that. So this is one of the trailing arms for the front spindle, and this is the front spindle. So these are actually getting painted pink, but this is like a primer coat. So we got them all primered today, and tomorrow maybe or soon they'll get painted pink. The Beetle's not going to be pink, but the suspension underneath it's going to be pink. But yeah, if you guys want to follow that, go and
Her videos
follow.
are doing really good.
Yeah, Lindsay Bell on Instagram. Thank you, Back to Good. Posted the name as well. Yeah, I know a lot of people don't do Instagram. That's okay if you don't, but if you do, it's pretty fun. Lori Carp said, I have been following the VW Teardown. You have. I've been seeing your comments. Thank you. I appreciate that. She's been really excited to do it, and I'm just going to be honest with you. She's 13, and people are weirdos on the internet, so obviously not you guys. You all are all family, but a lot of those like shorts and reels and stuff like that, they can go viral. So then people are really rude and nasty and stuff like that. So yeah, but it hasn't been that way. I just didn't want to put it on YouTube and it become that way or something. But anyways, if you want to follow it, it's on Lindsay's Instagram, and it's been pretty fun.
Yep, she's doing good. I think she's learned a lot.
Are you gonna do like a compilation when you're done with it? You gotta
Yeah,
save
if we
the
can.
hard drive.
Yeah, she's been deleting the raw footage, but we'll still have the edited footage, I think. Paul said, yeah, I'm a weirdo and I own it. No, you're good, Paul. Dinosaur bones. I don't know what the dinosaur bone. Oh, it looked like dinosaur bones.
Oh,
those parts.
yeah.
They kind of did look like dinosaur bones. They're more believable than real dinosaur bones. I don't know if y'all know this, but dinosaur bones aren't real. Very few of them are real. If you go to a dinosaur museum, you're looking at fake bones. Just a heads up. Y'all know I'm a little wacky sometimes, so, but it's true. Look into it. Yeah, Dogman said shorts on YouTube get weirdos too. Yeah, that's really what I was afraid of. Is like, like the people that follow my channel. Like I've never really had a video go viral or anything. The people that follow my channel, they're like, it really does feel like a community of people. You know what I mean? Like the people know me. They've been watching my channel for a long time. I mean, I've gotten a lot of new subscribers lately, but good night, Wiley. But yeah, a video like that, if it like Lindsay posted on Instagram, one of the videos has 110K views already, or 117 and 119. Yeah, so I didn't want to draw in a bunch of weirdos to my channel just because they want to watch a girl work on a car, because they do that, Elaine said, but everyone thinks I'm weird too, Drew. I guess we're all weird, but yeah. I think y'all understood what I meant by all that.
Hey, Granny Lana, thanks for stopping in. Oh, from Sweden. Jock Lovestrom. I don't know. But welcome from Sweden. Anyway. Sweden's a cool country.
Dogman said, not weirdos, just young horn dogs. It wasn't the young horn dogs I was worried about. But O'Rourke said, protecting your girl is major priority. Yeah, for sure. And if I knew that it was just gonna go out to my audience, then I would post it and stuff. But yeah, you know what I mean.
What year is that VW Bug?
72.
72.
And my bus is a 71, so that's kind of cool.
70 is a better year, but
the deal that
born in 70.
The deal that I kind of got with going with 72 was that it had disc brakes. So that was like
That's good.
maybe the first or second year with front disc brakes. So at least there's a little upgrade on the front brakes. So that'll help the stress level anyway.
Well, it's not like it's a heavy vehicle, but yeah, still safer.
Yeah. Yeah, those drum brakes, they're just not the greatest thing ever. You know, I've got a bunch of them, but
yeah, you see those newer vehicles cheaper once in a while, but I wouldn't trust them. But it's a good concept. I'm glad they brought it back.
Yeah. It's pretty cool. I've learned a lot. Like, you know, I work on a lot of Chevy stuff, and it's way different. I mean, Chevy, Ford, Dodge, that kind of stuff has, you know, generally the same thing. And you take this Beetle apart, and it's way different. Not even close to the same. Whole different concepts. I mean, the same. It's still a brake caliper, but then it doesn't go together like any other brake caliper. You know, just stuff like that. It's just pretty weird, but it's cool.
Foreign. It's foreign. They
Yeah.
do things.
Yep. Yeah. Yeah, I'm really excited about your place, dude. We'll be back out there tomorrow. We'll be out there probably about 9 o'clock. We gotta stop and get some diesel. And yeah, then we'll be back out there. Hopefully knock out as much as we can before it does rain. If it does. If it doesn't, then we'll just rock it all day. And if it rains, I'm just gonna bail though. So
Yeah,
hopefully we'll get...
when it's raining and muddy, you can make a bigger mess than you can actually getting anything accomplished. So you got to work around the weather. That's all right.
O'Rourke said, sorry.
No, I was going to say Dogman will just have to take us out for lunch if it rains.
Yeah, exactly. O'Rourke said, I'm old and I bet I can outrun Dogman. Race. That would go viral.
Dogman says he's stopping by at 9:30.
By your house?
Yeah, my new place.
Oh, really? Okay. Well, call me because I'll be right about there if I'm not already there. Like, because we gotta be at the school at 8 and then stopping at Diesel is about 50 minutes. So it'll be right about 9, 10, something like that.
Yeah, 10. It'll probably be 10 for me too. I did waters tonight, but everybody's got to get food.
I didn't know you were coming tomorrow. I guess I missed that.
Tomorrow. I'll stop by the water company also at some point, either probably on the way home or for lunch or whatever. Although they close from 12 to 1. I learned that the other day. I wanted to stop by there. They're closed for lunch from 12 to 1.
Great.
I think we did that once.
Oh, yeah, at our place, yeah. Tomorrow is Saturday, Paul says. No, tomorrow is Friday, Paul. You're in the future.
States, not the United Kingdom.
Yeah. Logo said, I'm 65. I had 2 heart attacks, 6 back surgeries, and I could outrun Dogman. Race.
Oh. Dogman was out mowing his yard in the rain when I drove by yesterday.
Yeah. It probably had just started raining.
Yeah. Yeah, and we got more rain up in Boonville than we did down here. That was definitely noticeable.
Hi, Cindy Lou. Thank you.
You know, my new place is less than 20 miles from here as the crow flies.
Yeah.
You know, it's not that far, but even just 20 miles, different. You get different weather patterns. It's weird.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a couple mountains between us. You know.
Yep, and they'll kind of like coming from the north or from the west, it'll hit those and then scoot over, and we don't get it here in Walton. And
Jeff,
yeah,
I don't know. I think Dogman just posted a video of him running.
Did he really?
It says he posted a link. I don't know what it is.
Should I put him in a timeout?
Look.
Is this what it was?
Mm-hmm.
The link he posted? Oh, never mind. It's a 15-minute video. The dude's got more short.
15 minutes. I don't know how to copy that so I can bring it up in the. I'm not going to type it out.
This dude's got more shorts than an elementary school, and he's going to post a 15-minute video.
What did I just do?
O'Rourke said he sped it up, I'm sure.
Looks like it's in slow-mo.
Yeah, that part is. Yeah, I don't see no running. Oh, there he goes. He's running there. It's sped up.
9:36.
It's sped up. Yeah.
Because you slowed it down.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe Jen and Wiley, they said they're going to go see somebody in the morning, or so they're not going to stay super late, but maybe they'll still be there when their place when we go through.
Are they up there tonight?
Yeah, they're at their place tonight.
Ah.
Yep. Yep, they were watching from their place. My dad was kind of freaked out because we live in a country where there are a lot of deer. I don't know what that was about, but yeah, there's a lot of deer. And if you'll be running about 55 miles an hour, and then you'll see two of them on the highway on the side of the road, and you slow her down a little bit. See you, Bill. Dogman cracks me up, and I love how he loves animals. Yep, that is true. He's easy to laugh at, and he loves animals.
I was
O'Rourke's time. All
what do you say?
The time. O'Rourke's little Bill bugging me about the house. Is anyone bought it yet? Anybody? I'm surprised she's not asking me what my move date is. I gotta move. I haven't moved yet. You gotta move.
Yep. Gotta move. Coming soon, though. Didn't you say by the end of the month is the goal? And I think it's possible, man.
Well, get the shed house moved there by the end of the month.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, if you get that pad done, then I throw down I got to get a load of gravel, throw down the geotech pallet. Then it's whoever can come work for me first to get it moved. And then from there, the water and electric. And once I've got water and electric, I'll be ready.
Yeah. Yeah. As soon as they tell us where it's coming across the road, that's the big deal. Is we don't know where they're going to want to cross the road, and hopefully they'll do it right where we want to. But you know how that kind of goes. So we're going to wait and see, and wherever they cross the road, then we'll run the water lines. And I think we could do it in a day.
We got to take those 2 trees down.
At least rough everything in. Yeah, I've been waiting for Jeff to come to drop the trees. We actually have 3 big trees to knock down. So I'd rather Jeff be there when we do it.
Yeah.
What's the third big tree? We got the.
It's actually that little pine by the big pine.
Okay.
But I mean, it's still a 40-foot tall tree.
Yeah, Yeah, where I want my storage shed going.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then we still got a bunch of trees, but
Yeah.
nothing that's gonna keep me from getting moved over there. I can worry about septic after I move. I've done that for years before, so the septic can come later. But
Yeah.
as much as
I
you can get,
also have poison ivy, but I just don't have it bad like Lindsay because I don't
Is that what
scratch
you're
it.
touching your fingers?
Yeah.
Melody
Yeah.
S. Yes, I already have a shed. I got one. 3 years ago now? 12 by 40, dirt thin. It was a big deal. 20 channels came down and finished it out. Self-Reliant Roadshow. Papa Pepper was down there with 20 channels. Drew was there. And yeah, so I've got a shed that I just got to move and do a little tweaking here and there, but it, for the most part, I could live in it. I took the kitchen apart to build the kitchen over here. So, but it'll work.
Yeah. Yeah. Man, I remember how exciting that was. I was stuck at work and like everybody was doing live streams and like finishing out the house and all that. And I wanted to be there so bad. Everybody was like doing drywall and all that. And I was like stuck at my job just watching like, but yeah, that was really fun. That whole like, there was like a couple months there that was like super fun, man.
Yeah. Yeah. I met all kinds of great folks. That was just awesome. And yeah, Papa Pepper. And it's paying off. So I'm going to be moving back into that tiny house at all that.
Which was the plan for really that never changed because, I mean, you just planned on moving it to that property and then still use. I mean, you never intended to not use it. You know what I mean? But now you'll just be.
Yeah,
It was something that was just. It was just something that was an asset in your back pocket that you've had. You know, it's just there and it's available when you need it, and now you need it. So,
yeah.
I knew it was gonna come full circle like that too.
Yeah, I did too. That was the reason why I hung on to it because I knew I wanted 6, 7, 40, 600 acres someday.
Yeah.
And that was a great house. That's the good thing about those is you can't move them across the country, but I can move them a little bit here and there. So that's why I hung on to it instead of selling it. And it's kind of like an RV in the sense that its value is going to go down. You know, like you spent X amount finishing it out. Well, you're not going to get X amount. It's like an RV when you buy it brand new. You're never going to get that selling it used. So I knew that to replace it, it was going to cost a lot more. So hanging on to it was the best idea. And
yeah. Paul, I mean, Dogman said, Paul, what's Bud Light? I'm pretty sure I saw one time I went to Dogman's house and I parked in the driveway and I seen over there, like I could just see the glimmer. And I thought, is that what I think that is? And then I told Lindsay, hey, go look and see if that's what I think it is. And she verified that Dogman had a Bud Light can on his property.
Yeah, I've been over there.
Yep. It's true. Yep.
But no, Dogman doesn't like beer.
It looks like a kiss.
Yeah.
But it said that here.
He said I drink that hard stuff. Yeah. Whenever you get the house moved over, then that's gonna be like such a big hurdle that it's just gonna be like a downhill jam after that. I think it's like getting to that level.
Hook up the water and electric, and then ready to go.
Yeah, that's gonna be big.
This is just.
O'Rourke said, "Hi, River." That was Lindsay's daughter. She has a bellyache, I guess.
For the record, I never liked Bud Light. I have never liked Bud Light. I've never.
Yeah.
I do. What is it? Michelob Amber Bock. That's about the only Anheuser-Busch product I like with Michelob Amber Bock. But anyway, I'm kind of a beer snob, or I was back in the day. When I was if I'd have been as wise as you are at 30 when I was 30, I could have stopped making money and did a bunch of stupid stuff, but you're still making money and doing stupid stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Once said once the house is there, all the stalkers can show up.
Only one way in and one way out. That's all I got to say about that. You better be prepared.
I seen a bunch of people ask about your property. Is it sold and all that? And do you want to explain that again?
No comment until things are. I gotta move. It's a much easier to sell a place when you're not living in it, and with 150 chickens, and so there is. I'm not listing it or anything like that. My focus is I need to get the new place ready to move. Once I get moved, then we'll go from there. So it's not. I'm not listing it or anything like that because I'm living here. And
it'll be nice to have both again for that little transition where if you're moving stuff, you can stay over there and then come back here in a couple of days, whenever stuff like that. It'll be nice to have
the old property technically. I still got stuff over there, including my house.
Yeah, you could just put up a tent over there, and you got 3 properties to stay at now.
Oh, never would have dreamed this up when I moved here. I couldn't have dreamed it up.
Yeah. Chickens in the house will bother most people. Jeff don't have to worry about most people. All the lots.
Dogman says Genesee is awesome. Can't buy it here. You can find it around. I see it at. I've seen it somewhere. The 30 pack. That's made in New York. Actually, it's not bad for the price. Much better than Bud Light. See, I can talk about beer like Drew talks about Chevys.
Yeah, Mick 2 said, did all the lots near your new place sell already?
Yeah, nothing is available right now. It's they do rent to own, so some people do it and then they back out on it and then it becomes available again. And the one right next to me, Anyway, so none of them are available right now. And I don't even hear about it all the time. When the one next to me became available on the south side, but there was another property on the north side of me that became available, and it had already been available and sold before I even heard about it. So there were I think 15 lots out there, and they started subdividing them about a year and a half ago and selling them out. So nothing available right now. That's not to say it won't change, but I wish I could buy all that land out there.
Yeah.
Pick my neighbors.
Yep. Yeah, that'd be cool. Have a bunch of cattle.
See, I love eating beef, so I would love to have enough land to feed myself my beef supply, but I'll just have to trade baby chicken for it.
Yep.
All right, what Waddles wants to move in with me in future. Don't do it, man. Chicken poop is smelly. I was raising baby chicks in here. And to get rid of that smell before I smell it.
I keep poison ivy on me from about like March until November. I just have it like half of the year. But I'm pretty good about not scratching it and spreading it all over everywhere. It's the there's like this warm up period from like when it starts to break out to like day one where you can't for sure tell that it is, but it itches really, really good. And when you scratch it, it's like, oh yeah. Then you go, uh-oh. And then after that, you just leave it alone. And just stay covered in pink stuff.
I think part of my thing is my jeans are like, they rub right there too. And so it's just kind of rubbed it all the way around my ankle.
Yep.
Yeah.
Dogman said, and you're
No, Melody S. doesn't want to be my neighbor because of the chickens. A chicken house with 50,000 chickens in
Yeah.
a 20-foot by 100 is much different than what I do.
Yeah, yeah.
Around. So I
Yeah.
am not producing smells like that. So you've got city thinking there, and you're thinking of the factory chicken farm. That no
Yeah.
kidding, they have 50,000 chickens. And
Yeah. They smell bad when you drive by them. Yeah. When you drive by those, you smell them.
Yep.
But the only thing, like, it doesn't bother me. Of course, I'm rarely at my house, but it doesn't bother me. The smell, I can never even smell it at all. But the only thing is you can hear the roosters. Like if you're outside, you know, but that doesn't like, you know, the sound of roosters doesn't bother me, but I could see how somebody could not like that. You know what I mean? But,
yeah. Yeah. Dogs are more annoying to me than roosters.
Yeah, barking dogs are the worst. Yeah, for sure.
Dogs are a menace to society. You do not want me to get started on comparing dogs to chickens. If a city has outlawed chickens, but they allow dogs, that city is full of idiots. I'm sorry. It's the truth.
Yeah.
Dogs are so much more of a cost to society. They injure people. They will attack little kids going down the road on their bicycles. I had that happen to my niece growing up. And dogs are a menace to society that people need to control. Chickens use food. Dogs are pets and they are luxuries. And this conventional thinking about dogs needs to go away. We need to have more chickens and less dogs. There you go, dog.
Yeah. But at least Dogman takes care of his dogs. A lot of people out here do not. You drive down the highway. I mean, honestly, it's dangerous because you're driving down the highway at 55 miles an hour and a dog runs out from under you. And your first thought is not to run over the dog. If you swerve that car at 55 miles an hour in a corner, bad things are going to happen. Like it's dangerous for everybody involved. But yeah. I love me a good dog though. There's nothing like a good dog.
I've never had a dog. I plan on getting dogs at the new place. But they'll be working dogs. They'll have a purpose and a job and yeah.
Yep.
But
we got a little cat.
I'm a live and let live guy. Uh-oh. You've got a cat, Lindsay.
Yeah.
We got a little cat outside. I'm waiting to get enough meat on the bones to take it down to the chicken house down the road. But
he likes it.
Well, he got attacked by Lindsay's dog a little while ago because it pawed her in the face.
Your engine wires.
Yeah, that is true.
I think Grumpy might be doing that for you up here.
I said she was going to be the best little mouser, and she wants to work on Chevy engines.
Girls are better mousers than boys.
Yeah.
Yep.
She's very playful. Yeah. I can't believe you don't have a dog catcher. Well, even if we had a dog catcher, they wouldn't be very good at it, I would imagine. But, yeah, no, we don't have a dog catcher. I mean, the city, like inside the city proper, they've got a
Yeah.
dog catcher that'll run around and scoop up the, strays and stuff. But when you're out on when you're like, we're pretty far out. We're like, I'm probably 8 miles or 10 miles from the city limit. So, I mean, we're not crazy out there, but we're 15 minutes from town, 20 minutes from town. So there ain't a lot of nothing out there, And there's no laws against dogs just running free. Jeff has learned that the hard way.
Yeah, you'd think it'd be common sense, and I'm a believer of freedom. I don't want to lock people in a cage if their dog runs off their property. I'm not for that at all. But
yeah,
and when I started off working at the hotel before I became a manager. I was working third shift, and I was sleeping during the day. And man, neighbors' dogs just barking all day long, nonstop.
Yeah.
It's like, come on, man, that's just not cool. So it's just, and it's the same with dogs. It's the same with chickens. Some people are just considerate of other human beings, and some people just don't care about anybody else.
Yeah.
And Dogman's right. It's not the dog's fault. It's the people who don't care about others.
Yeah. I mean, y'all remember my dog. My dog was never out in the damn highway. My dog was never, raising hell or eating anyone's animals. My dog was on my property or with me. You know what I mean? Like, I'd let him out. He'd stay on. He would go walk my whole property line, go to the bathroom, and come back to the house. He never was out on the damn road or none of that. I mean, unless we were going on a walk or something. But, yeah.
Yeah.
You can take good care of dogs, but the problem is, around here, somebody gets a dog, then they get another dog. They don't fix either one of the dogs. Now they got 9 dogs, and then those dogs are having dogs, and they're having dogs with the neighbors' dogs. And the next thing you know, you got 13 dogs running down the damn highway when you're trying to go to work in the morning.
No
And
kidding.
it's really bad like that.
Yeah, and in neighborhoods and cities, people get dogs that are. That's why I've never owned a dog. Is I've never had a property that I felt responsible enough to keep one. But they'll get like German shepherds and then keep them in a little 20-foot by 20-foot. Yeah, and it's not. And then they're barking all day long. Every time somebody walks down the sidewalk, they're barking at it. A squirrel climbs a tree, they're barking at it. They're just barking because they're not living in what they were bred for, and that's But I'll love my dog once I get one.
Yeah.
All right. All right? We got four more minutes, and then I'm cutting this off.
4 minutes in counting.
2-hour live. Pretty good.
That is pretty good. Yeah, I was trying to call before you got off. I was like, well, we better call in for a little bit. Yeah, then I just went to rambling.
You know what needs to be done. So you got a good work plan to go off of. I'll be there tomorrow.
Yep. Yeah, and it got hot around 10:30 today or so. Yeah. The sun was pretty hot and out today all day, so it dried up a lot of the wet anyway. So as long as we don't just get rain in the morning, we'll be able to run around anyway at least a little bit and get some of that done.
Yep, but we're getting closer. And I think it's awesome that we're building a house pad with the dirt that we're stealing from future gardens. And I think that's cool.
It really is.
I need more people watch our videos and learn this stuff.
Yep. And you'll be able to look back at it. All right, man, I'll see you in the morning, dog man. If I get there, if you get there and I'm not there, just call me because I'm probably really close. Yeah, he really was.
Hang out in Boonville before you head down. Maybe we should just, anyway.
I figure I'll be there by 9, but.
And I'll try to be there by 9. I don't know. Yeah, I never know. My little ones like jumping out when I open their cage to put the food and water in, and then I got to chase them around. And anyway.
I need to go check on that kitten actually, because that dog got a hold of it pretty good earlier. That kitten's still real small and playful, and that dog go to sniff. She hasn't hurt her at all for weeks now, but she go to sniff her, and that cat swatted her in the face. I imagine is probably what happened, and she just got her.
Oh, and kitten claws are extra sharp.
Yeah.
It's like
River doesn't like the kitten claws. River just wants to hold her, and she wants to hold her tight because she tries to get loose.
Yeah.
Then she gets her feelings hurt because the cat doesn't want to be strangled.
Yeah.
Like kitten, they're smaller and their claws are much sharper. Oh yeah, I've been through that.
The first time I ever caught that kitten, because there was two of them, and they were just little bitty, and then something happened to one of them. The mama ran away, so then there was just this one little kitten. So I put some food out there, and I hid, and I got over there behind it, and grabbed it up real quick, and it bit the fire out of me.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah, but after that, it's been pretty cool.
She loves me now.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'll adopt it once I move. I'll have
Good idea. Great idea.
You have to talk to River.
Oh, I'll trade her 4 chickens for a kitten.
Good
Lila
idea.
wants ducks. She's been stuck on it.
Those are messy, though, man.
Yeah, she said it can be an inside duck.
No.
All right,
Bobby
we're
said,
out of here. Go ahead.
Yeah. Bobby said, I don't know what 8 a.m. is anymore. Oh, I wish, dude. I slept in today.
Till 7.
Yeah, I woke up at 7 in the tent. No, I woke up at 7 in the tent, and then I looked around for a minute, and I was actually wide awake. I was like, yeah. And then I was like, nope. And I just went back to sleep for another hour and a half. I woke up at 8:30.
Yeah, until that sun hits, and then it's too hot to sleep.
Yep. It's like, yep, bailing out of here now. Yeah. Anyway, man, well, I'll see you tomorrow. Thank you for having us on.
Yeah. All right, everybody. Have a good night. Have a great weekend coming up. And we'll have some more content coming up, I'm sure. Check out Drew's Lens, Lindsay, Into the Mist, and we'll all catch up with you later. Take it easy.
Later, dudes.